Once upon a time, there was a magical kingdom. The kingdom was very beautiful. There were tall green trees and shining lakes. The people who lived there were happy. Their smiles were always big. They loved the peaceful life. Every day seemed special. The kingdom had something very special. It was home to a magical bird called the Skybird. The Skybird was not an ordinary bird. It had beautiful, colorful feathers. When the Skybird flew, it made everyone happy. The people, animals, and plants all felt joy when the Skybird was around. The trees grew taller. The flowers bloomed brighter. The animals played together. The people in the kingdom smiled more. The Skybird loved the kingdom. It loved to fly in the bright, blue sky. But one day, something strange happened. The Skybird suddenly disappeared. There was no sign of it. The sky became dull and gray. Without the Skybird, the kingdom felt empty. The trees stopped growing. The flowers started to die. The animals became quiet. The people in the kingdom felt sad. It was like the kingdom lost its color and life. The king, who was a wise and kind ruler, was very worried. He knew that the Skybird was important to everyone. He announced that whoever found the Skybird would get a great reward. Many people from the kingdom tried to find the Skybird. They searched in the forests, the lakes, and the mountains. But no one could find the magical bird. People became more and more worried. The king was disappointed, but he did not lose hope. He believed that someone brave and kind would find the Skybird. A young boy named Theo decided to try and find the Skybird. Theo was different from the others. He was brave, kind, and never gave up. He loved the Skybird and remembered how happy it made everyone. He decided that he would find it. He wanted to bring it back to the kingdom. Theo was determined. He thought about all the places the Skybird might be hiding. He knew it wouldn't be easy, but he was ready for the challenge. Theo decided to ask for help from the wise owl, who was known for knowing many things. The wise owl lived in a big tree in the middle of the forest. The owl had lived for many years. It had seen many things. Theo found the wise owl and asked where he could find the Skybird. The wise owl looked at him kindly and said, "The Skybird is lost far away. It is beyond the shadow forest, the misty mountains, and the whispering river. If you are brave and strong, you can find it. But be careful. The journey is not easy." Theo thanked the wise owl and promised to find the Skybird. Theo knew he couldn't do this alone. He decided to take his best friend, a small fox named Luna, with him. Luna was quick, clever, and always ready for an adventure. Together, they began their journey. The first place they went was the shadow forest. The forest was very dark. The trees were tall and twisted. It was a quiet place. There was an eerie feeling in the air. The path through the forest was hard to find. But Theo and Luna did not give up. They walked slowly and carefully. They followed the glowing stones on the ground. These stones seemed to appear from nowhere. They guided Theo and Luna through the forest. The deeper they went, the darker it became, but they did not stop. After a long time, they finally saw sunlight again. They had made it out of the shadow forest. Next, Theo and Luna reached the misty mountains. The mountains were very high. The fog was thick. The air was cold. The path was steep. It was hard to see where they were going, but Theo remembered the wise owl's words, "You must be brave and strong." So, they kept climbing, step by step. The fog was so thick that they could hardly see each other, but they did not give up. They climbed higher and higher until the fog began to clear. From the top of the misty mountains, they could see the next part of their journey. The Whispering River was the next challenge. The river was wide and fast. The water was very deep. It seemed impossible to cross. Theo sat by the river and listened carefully. He could hear the water whispering softly. It was like the river was trying to tell him something. Theo smiled and had an idea. He found some big stones on the riverbank. He carefully placed them in the water. Slowly, a path began to form. With Luna by his side, Theo stepped onto the stones and crossed the river. It was tricky, but they made it to the other side. Finally, after a long journey, Theo and Luna reached the entrance of an old cave. Inside the cave, they found the Skybird. The bird was trapped in a small, dark cage. A bad sorcerer had locked the Skybird inside. The sorcerer had used dark magic to keep the bird in the cage, but Theo was not afraid. He knew he had come this far. He could not stop now. He carefully opened the cage. The Skybird flew out, filling the cave with its colorful feathers. Theo and Luna returned to the kingdom. They brought the Skybird with them. The sky became bright again. The trees grew taller. The flowers bloomed. The animals started playing again. The people in the kingdom were very happy. The king thanked Theo for his bravery. He gave Theo a special medal. The people celebrated Theo's success. Everyone in the kingdom remembered his courage. The Skybird continued to fly in the sky. It brought happiness to everyone in the kingdom. And so, the kingdom lived happily ever after. Theo and Luna were heroes. Their bravery was remembered forever. The Skybird brought happiness and color back to the kingdom. Everything in the land grew and flourished. The kingdom was full of life again. The people never forgot the young boy who brought the Skybird back. From that day on, everyone in the kingdom knew that with kindness, bravery, and determination, anything was possible.